Today we're going to look at Key Collector and see what keys of the week, the top 5, are worthy to pick up this week, the week of March 6th, 2024. So let's take a look and see what we got. So number 5 this week we have What If Aliens #1. Now this is a what if set in the kind of like the old Marvel Comics what if storyline. If you're not familiar with Aliens, it's what if Aaron Burke survived. Now Aaron Burke was the guy that cost the team, like he was working with Weyland-Yutani to try to bring the alien egg back, and he wasn't successful because he died in the movie. So now this is what if he survived. What if his mission was a success. I like the concept of what if comics in Marvel, and I also like the concept even more when they drag this out as a miniseries. So now we're not just getting one issue, we're getting several miniseries. Now Aliens is one of my favorite movies of all time, and adding a twist to it like that to see if you survive is pretty interesting. So I'm definitely think this is worthy to pick up and worthy definitely to check out. And it's also co-written by the actor himself, the guy who played Aaron Burke. He's also co-written it. So that's definitely interesting. So this is definitely an interesting one to pick up and check out today. Number 4 this week is Void Rivals #7. Void Rivals is returning this week, and it's been a little bit of a hiatus, but just like the other titles in the Energon universe, Transformers and the G.I. Joe stuff, Void Rivals is just as good. Robert Kirkman really knows how to write something interesting. And this issue is interesting because it's the first appearance of Proximus, which I believe that's him on the cover. We're not sure, but I think it is. He's on the cover. It's the first appearance, and the series is returning. So you got 3 things going for you for this issue. Number 1, that it's returning, and it's a hot book. Number 2, it's the first appearance, and it's also continuing from the Energon universe. So this is definitely worth a pickup for the story and for spec purposes, because he may show up in the other stories. Because like the Energon universe is intertwined and connected, so it's worth maybe to pick it up because he might show up later on. But if you haven't read Void Rivals, I would suggest picking it up. It's one of the best comics out on the stands, and I have missed it, so it's good to see it return. Number 3 this week we have Weapon X #1. Now this is on here because this is actually more, it's a #1, but it's more of a spec purposes. It has the first appearance of Jane Howlett, who is another female Wolverine. Now she also had a cameo appearance in The Woman of Marvel, but this is her first full appearance. Now, sometimes when it comes to spec, people tend to go on the cameo appearance, sometimes they tend to go on the full appearance. Since the cameo appearance has been around for a little bit, I think they'll tend to go to the cameo one. But it's worth picking up, I think, regardless, because, can't go wrong with the $4.99 price point, and this is something that, Wolverine is a pretty hot right now with the Deadpool stuff coming out, and his ongoing series is pretty popular. You have the Hell Wolverine that kind of took off. So I'm thinking it might be worth gambling to see. So I think it's worth specking out. And, I didn't read the cameo story, so I'm not sure how great she was in that. But, this one I think definitely be worthy to check out. Besides the main cover, we have a very cool 1 in 10 with this Wolverine, the Apocalypse Wolverine with blood on him. That's a really cool cover. So maybe you want to spend a little extra money to get this cover because it's really, really great. Because this one definitely might be worth specking on, because I think this is one that might be hot. And we also have the headshot cover, the Weapon X #1, Weapon X-Men #1 Wolverine headshot. This one might be popular too, so maybe instead of picking up the main cover, maybe you want to try out one of these 2 covers because they might be a little bit sought after. It might add a little bit to the spec value as well. Number 2 on our list is Ultimate X-Men #1. Now, Ultimate Black Panther and Ultimate Spider-Man were a huge success. Both issue #1s sold out. They have multiple printings. There's been huge fan following behind them. Ultimate X-Men #1, I'm not sure would be as big because Black Panther and Spider-Man, Ultimate Black Panther, people didn't realize how big they weren't going to be, so comic realtors did not order as much. Ultimate X-Men, by the time those 2 were popular, people went back and ordered a lot of these. So I think this is one that probably won't be going as much. But however, though, I think there'll still be interest in it. It's a new X-Men title. Peach Momoko has a fan following. A lot of people like her covers, and she doesn't really do a story too often, so I think people might check it out. So I do think this is one that will still be popular. It won't be as hard to get as the other 2, but I do think it's definitely worth picking up. Plus, it has, first appearances of X-Men characters in it. So I'm definitely going to check it out. Peach and Mocha is a hit or miss for me, but I think it's worth at least checking out the first couple issues to see, because I really enjoyed Black Panther, and Spider-Man's like one of the best out right now. So definitely, I think this is a good one to pick up. I can also see the 1 in 25 being popular too, because it's an incentive. I can see a lot of people going after this one. So you might want to, I think if anything, it'd be cool to pick up the main cover. Actually, I would pick up the main cover, but I would pick up one of those 2 covers as well, because definitely there'll be fans interested in one of those. And some cool variant comics you can pick up from this issue is we have this first issue here that it's the Peach and Mocha cover. This issue, out of everything, all the issues, I can see this issue being hot because Peach and Mocha did the art, and her covers, a lot of people love her covers. So this is definitely a cool one that I think, and this is one of her best, I think, with the eyes in the background. It's a really cool cover. So I'm thinking people might want to get this cover. But coming in number 1 this week is TMNT The Last Ronin number 2, Re-Evolution. Now, this is the sequel to The Last Ronin, and if you read that, and if you're not familiar with it, the original turtles were killed off, and this one has new turtles. So there's 4 new turtles that were babies in the series that was in between, but now they're fully grown, and they are the new Ninja Turtles for the future. So this is definitely the best one to pick up, because not only was The Last Ronin, like, a lot of people liked it, a lot of people are going to go after this because it's the first appearance of the first full appearance of these adult turtle characters, and they're on the cover here. The issue goes for itself about $10 already, so already it starts off at 10, so that means if there's going to be a premium, it's at least going to go for higher than that. And this might be a sleeper, because I think there's a lot of stuff coming out this week, and not a lot of people, this might be sleeping under a lot of people's radar, but it's definitely something you want to check out. And I think not only for the character purposes, but the story, I think the story is going to be good. I mean, The Last Ronin was one of the best turtle stories that I've ever read, so I think this one, I don't know if it'll be as good, but it should be up there, and I'm interested to see what these new turtles are like. I mean, the design of them are pretty cool, so yeah, so I think it's definitely worth checking out. Now, this issue has a ton of variant covers, but I'm going to showcase a few that I think are worth picking up. I think the Kevin Eastman one right here is worth picking up. Kevin Eastman, the original creator of Ninja Turtles, drawing the 4 new ones. I think that one might be one that one might be after, because, he's the original creator, so that one's pretty cool. These Day of the Dead issues have been pretty popular. This is like the 3rd one they're doing, so this one might be sought after. A lot of people probably want to collect them to complete the series, so this is a cool one to pick up. And the store exclusive one's pretty cool. It reminds me of the Dark Knight Returns with the lightning. I think this one might be a little bit sought after as well. And it's a store exclusive, so it's probably already selling for more than the $9.99 price point. So it's probably at least going for like $25. So definitely this is cool and check out. And the 1 in 100 black and white Eastman variant. This one, if you have the money to spend, I think is worth picking up, because this one probably is already going close to $100, and it might go up because, again, it's Eastman. He created the original Turtles, and him doing the new ones, fans of the Ninja Turtles will probably want to get this one. So those were my favorite, and I think best books to pick up for Key Collector this week. So I will see what the future has to hold, and happy reading. See you next time. Bye.